We're going to begin chapter 5, which is entitled Inverses and Logs. In this chapter, we're going to learn how to undo functions. So in chapter 4, we started talking about how to undo functions. And in this chapter, we're going to learn how to undo some types of functions that we haven't been able to undo yet. So in order to get us into the first section, we're going to look at doing this in a kind of fun way, playing Guess My Number. So I am thinking of a number that when I triple my number and I add 4, I get 10. So think of what number, when you triple it and add 4, the result is 10. Pause it for a minute if you need a little more time. Because the answer is 2. Let's do another one. And I need you to think about each of these and try to figure out, okay, how are we getting through this idea? Some of them are quicker than others. So my next one is, when I double my number, add 4, and divide by 2, I get 5. Think about what you're doing to get that 5. I need 5 in the end, but I'm starting with some number. So what are you doing to try to get back to that original number? Hopefully, based upon the title of today's lesson, we have to undo the operations. So I need 5 in the end. So at the very end, it says divide by 2. So undo dividing by 2, which is multiply by 2. So it gives me 10. And then it says add 4, but I have to undo adding 4. Therefore, I'm going to subtract 4. So now I have 6. And it says double my number, so I have to undo doubling my number, which is halving my number, or dividing it by 2. And dividing 6 by 2, you get 3. This one's a little tricky. Square my number, add 3, divide by 2, and add 1, and you get 7. Pause if you need to. The answer is 3 and negative 3. Did you get both of them? Because when we undo it, so I had 7, undo adding 1, which is subtracting 1, so now I have 6. It said divide by 2, so I'm going to multiply it by 2, so that's 12. It says add 3, so I'm going to subtract 3, so that's 9. So therefore, what number squared is 9? 3 squared is 9, and negative 3 squared is 9, because what you're undoing is undoing the square. Remember, if you have x squared equals 9, it's both a positive and a negative. When you have to undo that square, you get both of those, so be careful with that one. Last one, a little bit more straightforward. Double my number, subtract 6, take the square root, and add 4, you get 8. Pause if you need more time. The answer is 11. So part of the process that you're going to go through today is undoing those operations.